You don't know what you're doing.
You're not making the right choice.
I wouldn't do what you're doing. Get out of your artsy-fartsy lifestyle.
You're doing something you don't know will work.
Do what the doctor says.
Listen. Breast cancer is a gift of grace. Grace is an unearned gift from God. How could this cancer be a gift rather than a curse? I declared myself an atheist at 16. The church I grew up in was only seen during weddings and funerals. What of this golf ball-sized tumor in my right breast? If I was to listen to the people and the doctors around me, this was something to attack immediately, to wipe out, never to be seen nor heard from again. If I were to simply exorcise this tumor, though, it wasn't going to erase the energy that created it. This tumor didn't want to be neutralized and wiped out. It wanted to be seen, to be connected with. For me to understand why it was there, so I could heal the stories connected with it, and thus purify the energy I carried within my body. Listen. Many of us who experience sexual abuse internalize the pain and shame of our experience, whether it be a single instance or a long-term exposure. There are no statistics on the percentage of women who experience cancer of their sexual organs with those who have been assaulted. It's not a question that's asked. Listen. When I was diagnosed, I looked to blame myself. There was condemnation. Cancer doesn't run in my family. What did I do to deserve this? Why was I being punished? Subconsciously, I wondered, why are you doing this? What did I do wrong? Then I chose another perspective, to not live into the shame, fear, guilt, and blame. Instead, to consciously look myself and my choices square in the eye. Through this exploration, I found what was like an octopus of energy living inside my body. Listen. A single instance of sexual abuse at 6, and then 4 years that began at the age of 8. Stacks of Playboy and Penthouse magazines that left indelible impressions on my young 7-year-old self that this is what a woman's body was supposed to look like. All the ways I judged my body, not honoring myself in marriages to 2 alcoholics, pushing aside my femininity during my 27-year career on Wall Street, the violation of a marker placed inside my breast without my permission by a female doctor. All 8 carried energies beyond the mental and emotional explored in therapy and work with coaches. A physical tumor manifested by uncleared internalized energies. I am the common denominator, the tumor, the body of the octopus. Listen. Modern allopathic medicine focuses primarily on the physical, what it can see, facts and data. Yet every tentacle of energy within my body was a connection with each of those stories and experiences. If I had followed doctor's orders, my body would have been pumped full of chemo and radiation, killing every cell in its path. Healing would have stopped at the physical. Listen. This cancer wasn't meant to be neutralized by machines and drugs. It was meant to be seen. For me to heal, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, energetically, and spiritually. As each layer was cleared, I found whole new levels of freedom. The suction cups on the tentacles softened and let go of their grip. As each story was purified, the octopus and I were free to share our wisdom elsewhere in the universe. Dr. Joe Dispenza estimates that less than 30% of disease is genetic. Dr. Bruce Lipton, the father of the biology of belief and an expert on epigenetics, estimates this to be 7%. This implies that the majority of disease and illnesses are caused by something else. Our environment, the food we eat, how we treat ourselves. Listen. It's my contention that our unprocessed, internalized energy is a major factor. Every thought, every feeling is created by your energy, and what isn't expressed goes within. Imagine blowing bubbles. Your breath blows into the soap, and a bubble is created. When it pops, the air dissipates, as does the soap. Now imagine this bubble to be a thought or feeling you're not able to fully process. It's as if you swallow the bubble. When it pops, the energy is left to float around your body, the soap left to stick within your cells. For generations, our emotions have been silenced. The lost generation who fought World War I, who didn't feel safe to speak about the atrocities they'd seen. The silent generation who experienced the Great Depression. Baby boomers who experienced McCarthyism and Vietnam. It continues with Gen Z, who's being called the new silent generation. It's no wonder why so many people seem like the walking wounded, and that diseases like cancer are at record levels. The easy way of a pill isn't always easier. I finally honored what my body wanted, to be seen, and more importantly, heard. Listen. We are each here on this earth for Spirit to experience life through us. Spirit gave me this gift, and I had the choice to continue to push through life as I had done for so many years, or to pause and receive the divine wisdom that wanted to flow through me. Breast cancer has been a gift of grace because rather than follow in the footsteps of the church of my upbringing that was fueled with judgment and original sin, instead I connected with a consciousness that's so much bigger, that knows only love. I found and learned whole new levels of love for myself and others. When I saw that what happened in my life was for me rather than to me, it allowed me to see the world with a whole new perspective, that underneath all of our stories, hurt and pain, there is love. It's always here for us. It's up to us to choose to see what wants to be seen. Listen. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for saying yes to the truth of who you are. Thank you for stepping forward with grace.